we are at the heart of the north side of Houston, Texas, and it's 11 a.m., so we're pretty hungry. We went to one of the best taquerias that everyone should be familiar with, at least in Houston, at least in the north side. It's Taqueria Laredos, and I'll show you real quick.
There's 3 locations in Houston. This one, there's one more towards downtown area, and then there's another one about like 5 minutes from here. So it's always a debate on which one is the best one out of the 3 ones.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess the reason why people think this is one of the best taquerias in Houston, which there's a lot of competition, right? It's Houston, Texas. There's a taqueria in just about every corner of every street here. But the reason why Taqueria Laredos is considered one of the best taquerias out there is because they make everything homemade, right? The tortillas are made homemade, all the meats are made homemade, and it's just super high quality. So when we go in there, you're going to see some ladies actually making the tortillas in front of you, which is, you know, something unique if you're not a part of the Latino experience, something unique to see.
Let's go.
Thanks, Big Dog. So we just got our tacos. What did you get?
Yo agarré uno de barbacoa sin pico y uno de salchicha con papa y tiene frijoles adentro y tortilla de harina.
So here's the tortilla de harina that's made in-house. I got barbacoa, looks pretty good, and I got huevo con papa. So we're about to take our test and see if they're still as good as we remember it.
Con una salsa verde.
Salud.
Muy delicioso.
Yeah, pretty good.
Acabamos de salir de Laredo. We just came out from Laredo. We ended up getting one additional taco de barbacoa, pero lo partimos a la mitad. Y por los 4 tacos, que eran 3 de barbacoa, uno de chorizo con huevo y uno de salchicha con papa, eran $15. Entonces 5 tacos por $15, que es básicamente ya lo normal en precios aquí en Houston para los tacos. What did you think of the tacos?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
They're very fulfilling too. The one that he got first, the barbacoa, it wasn't too filled up, and then the last taco that we got, barbacoa, it was pretty filled up with lots of meat. But I'm glad we shared it because now I'm stuffed with 2.5 tacos. And right now we're gonna go pick up some coolers from my tia's house, since this weekend was my little cousin's quince. We let them borrow 2 big coolers and then 1 cooler. And we are gonna go to her house to pick those up. And then we still have, another errand to run, which is take Aguacate and Fresita to the vet because they have not gotten any of their shots updated, and Fresita needs to get groomed, and in order to get her groomed, she needs her rabies shot, and her rabies shot was due this month. So we need to take her to go get her shots. And Aguacate, because he can't stay still, he has to take medicine. He took 2 pills last night, and then he has to take 2 pills 2 hours prior to the appointment because he won't stay still. He won't allow the vet to take his shots, which is what happened last time. So we're gonna give him his medicine, and then he should be good to go to take his shots. We are on our way to my tia's house right now, and usually, you know, when you eat, your breath kind of smells. So we have gum, and my husband stocks up with all this gum. He literally goes to either Sam's or Costco, depending on where we are going or where we are at, and he buys a big pack of gum. And I would say that pack doesn't even last him maybe like 2 months, and then he has to stock up again because he chews on gum in the morning, and he will take like 3, what do you call slices? Pieces? He'll literally take 3 to 4 pieces within like 5 minutes. Then he just dumps it in here. So you'll find like little circles, crumbled up circles of gum. Because he's done with it, he'll chew it for like 30 seconds and then switch to another one. I personally don't chew gum that early in the morning. For me, chewing gum is afternoon, like after 12. I don't think we should be chewing gum at 8 in the morning.
So there's 2 reasons why I chew a lot of gum. One is because, you know, I have a step-by-step process of chewing gum, right? So if you just finish eating, you still have like tidbits of food throughout your mouth, right? So the first piece is to gather all those little pieces of food, right? You only chew on that for maybe 10-15 seconds. Then you throw that piece away. The second one is more for like freshness in your mouth, right? So you're getting the odor, the freshness of the gum in your mouth, right? You chew that one for 10 seconds and then spit it out. The third one is the one that you keep in your mouth and you're just chewing throughout the car ride. So that's the step-by-step process of why I chew gum. So many pieces of gum in one sitting. And the second reason why I chew gum is that I can't sit still. You know, I always have to fidget. And the only thing that kind of stops me from fidgeting is chewing. Lets my mind know that I'm doing something, which means that I'm not going to fidget in my vehicle. So that's the second reason why I chew gum, and that's why, you know, I have like 40-50 packs at a time, you know.
That's too much gum in my opinion, but to each their own.
You always have to put your last name on all your coolers, because if you don't, you're going to borrow it to friends and family.
The hieleras from my tia's house, and we're going to go get not paint, what is it called? Filler, because we need to fill in some little holes where there was frames before we took them off. And here is Alexa's childhood home, which he hasn't lived here since, what, 2008? His parents still owned it up until, like, I think 2013 when they sold the house. It's probably, what, like 500?
Well, the story behind it is that once again we're in the north side of Houston, Texas. This area, Brooksmith, Monty Beach, whatever you want to call it, was not a good neighborhood in the 90s and the 80s. But starting in the early 2000s, it started getting gentrified. You had all these people coming in because they wanted to be close to the city. So my dad originally bought that house back in the 80s for $60,000, $70,000, right? And around the 2010 time frame, that house was worth $300,000-$400,000. And now we're kind of, this is basically the Heights at this point. It basically swallowed it up and became the Heights as well.
Because the Heights is inside, and this is like the outskirts of the Heights, you could say, right?
Absolutely. And so now that house is worth $650,000. When back in the 90s, nobody wanted to live anywhere near here because it was nothing but drugs and gangs and violence.
You see this?
And now it's where everybody wants to live.
It was a 2-bed, 1-bath for $1,600. It was probably a garage apartment or something.
Probably.
But we are currently on the way to Sherwin-Williams, which is where he used to work before in the summer, technically. And we're gonna get the filler things for the walls so the holes are not there, because cuando clavas clavos, ves que se quedan los hoyitos, y como ya no hay nada en ese lugar, lo tenemos que tapar. It's been about 2 hours since we got home, and my husband was outside cleaning the yard since there was a lot of weeds. I just put some of the filler for the holes since I'm switching my desk around, and we're gonna paint over those. So I did this area here and then all of that area there. And there's a lot of holes because I usually tend to move stuff around, and I forget to use the leveler to make sure or ensure that it is leveled, and I usually just eye it and it doesn't work out, so I end up making a lot of holes. But this is the progress so far. Tocate. Fresita. We are currently on the way to the vet's office, and Aguacate is super calm. This is probably the calmest he's been ever in the car. Normally he goes super crazy and he's salivating all over the place. And one of the things that we've learned to do when he does come on a car ride or a truck ride is we'll bring a doggy treat and we'll give him piece by piece so he's not salivating, and that usually does the trick. But today he's super calm because we gave him tranquilizers?
Yeah.
And he took 2 yesterday evening before going to bed, and he took 1 2 hours prior to us being on the way, and that is what has him pretty calm right now, because last time we took him to the vet, he would not allow the doctor to give him his shots. He was moving all over the place, so they suggested that he take those pills before coming to the vet. So far it seems that it's working. And we have Fresita here in the background. She usually does really good in car rides. She actually likes car rides. She'll usually get on this little thing and she'll watch out the window, which she is doing right now. But yeah, we're on our way. Aguacate peed on the floor and on that furniture. Literally embarrassing. This has never happened to us. Fresita has never done this to us, and Aguacate just raised up his leg and started peeing all over that cabinet thing and the floor. We are doing our last run for the year. It starts in about 10 minutes, and we usually come here every Wednesday, and there's not many people today because they're the holidays, but let's see how we do on this run.